What is going on, everybody? It is Dylan with DFS, bringing you a brand new video. Today's video going over Week 16's Thursday night showdown between the Rams and Saints. As you guys can see in the top right, I have my key on what the colors mean in the spreadsheet. So let's get into it with Kyren Williams being the most expensive on both sites. 200 more on DraftKings, 500 more on Fanduel, so pretty much similar. 51 red zone opportunities, 39 carries, and 12 receiving targets in the red zone. 22 targets in the last 4 games alone, and 100 plus rushing yards in the last 4 out of 5. He has a top 10 PFF run block advantage. Fairly, Saints are good against the run, but with Kyren Williams' volume, not really splitting the running back work, getting a lot of red zone opportunities. He's in a really good spot tonight, regardless of price. Cooper Kupp, though, on Fanduel, you're getting value of Cooper Kupp being the 4th most expensive player, on DraftKings 2nd most. Cooper Kupp with a 32% target rate versus man, 13 red zone targets, which is tied for the team with Puka, and a 3-game touchdown streak. In his matchup, he will see the most of the worst Saints corners. So I really like Cooper Kupp tonight. Alvin Kamara, 3rd most expensive on DraftKings, 3rd most expensive on FanDuel, so similar there. 11 points has been his floor so far this season. 5+ targets in 10 out of 11 games as well. 3rd in the team in red zone targets, 2nd technically with Michael Thomas being out. My only concern is Rams have played running back fairly well this season, and Jamal Williams has gotten quite a bit of work lately, but hopefully tonight it's Alvin Kamara. Matthew Stafford, 4th most expensive on DraftKings, 2nd most on FanDuel, so you're getting the value of Matt Stafford on DraftKings. 2nd best PFF pass block advantage grade this week. 18 or more DraftKings points in the last 5 games. His pass catchers, wide receivers, tight ends have a great advantage, and he's 4th in red zone pass attempts this season, so a lot to like for Matt Stafford as well. Puka, 5th most expensive on DraftKings. I think 6th most or 7th most on FanDuel. I think his price on FanDuel is a lot more playable than DraftKings. He's got an okay matchup, right? He's going to see more of the better Saints corners, and Saints run man coverage 3rd most in the league. He's got 13 red zone attempts. I prefer going, Cooper Kupp, Kyren Williams over Puka. But if you're going to get a stack of pass catchers, Puka's there. I think Tyler Higbee's also there as well, but if you could somehow pay for that, then go for it. On FanDuel, like I said, it's a lot more manageable. Derek Carr, 9,000 on DraftKings, 14,000 on FanDuel. So you're getting a good pay down on DraftKings than you are FanDuel. FanDuel, he's 4. DraftKings, he's all the way down at number 6. Rams have allowed 200 plus passing yards in 13 out of 15 games this year. Rams also giving up 19 passing touchdowns, which is pretty average. They've only given up 6 touchdowns to running back, so if Rams are giving up touchdowns, it's primarily in the passing game. Rams have played running backs good, like I said, so I expect Derek Carr in that passing offense to really excel tonight. Chris Olave, another one that I like tonight. It's a great matchup for who he's going to see, and he pretty much splits all over. But with his high target share, leads the team in red zone targets, really good numbers versus zone. Chris Olave is definitely a piece to get. Plus, 7th most expensive on DraftKings, 5th most expensive on FanDuel. So it's not like you're paying up for, Cooper Kupp, Olave, Kyren. You're getting kind of a discount on Olave. Shaheed, a fade for me. Only 3 games this season above 10 fantasy points. Okay matchup, like he's going to see the same thing Olave's going to see. It's just his low target share and his numbers against zone are not good compared to man. Only 6 red zone targets, so not a lot to like for Shaheed for his price point. Now, if he's cheaper, this is a different story, right? Then his numbers aren't as bad, but for what you're paying, they're just not there. Taysom Hill, another fade for me tonight. The tight end work is pretty much split, so they have they have 4 tight ends they use: Taysom Hill, Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau, and Jimmy Graham. They have 4 tight ends. I just don't think paying that much for a tight end tonight is really worth it. Now it's Taysom Hill, so that could mean literally anything. Derek Carr's been going down with injuries. Taysom Hill gets some red zone rushes. We all know that. It's just for the price point, I'm just going to be lower than most people are on Taysom Hill. Do I think there's a scenario he has a really good game? Sure, but I'm just not going to take that risk. Tyler Higbee and DraftKings is alike on FanDuel. A huge value for Tyler Higbee tonight. Good matchup against the Saints. Saints giving up 7 touchdowns, which is tied for second with the Rams. But yeah, 7 touchdowns to tight ends. Gets a majority of the tight end work, so it's not like he's like the Saints tight ends. And I just prefer his price on FanDuel. You get a huge discount on Tyler Higbee. Cheaper than Demarcus Robinson, cheaper than the defenses, the kickers. So yeah, he's a huge value on FanDuel. Demarcus Robinson, a fade. Bad matchup for him. Tutu and Skoranek are healthy, so with that, his price is just too high, especially on DraftKings. FanDuel is within reason, but you're paying $8,500 for Demarcus Robinson when you can get Blake Group, a kicker, who's probably going to get you at least five points for sure. Demarcus Robinson, you're taking a shot on him getting a long reception. And with Tutu and Skoranek there, it's going to be less snaps, so I'd rather take a shot on a kicker. Rams kicker, Saints have a top 10 red zone defense, which means there's a good chance Rams are kicking a couple extra field goals. For Group, though, Rams 5th most field goal attempts against. Saints a bottom 10 red zone offense, so that's where he kind of gets his points there. Definitely prefer Group over have risk. So Jamal Williams, Juwan Johnson fades. Jamal Williams, he's gotten a lot. He's gotten 19 carries in the last 2 games. Kamara's been healthy, so it's not like Kamara's been banged up or anything like that. But Jamal Williams is only averaging 3 yards per carry. 12 targets, 0 touchdowns on the season. So I just don't think he's worth the risk. His price is too much for his low volume, right? 19 carries is decent. That's almost 10 carries a game in the last 2. But no targets, no touchdown upside. It's not there. Juwan Johnson, same thing. Just hasn't been getting a lot. Splits, snaps, and volume. So for his price point, I don't think it's worth it either. Both defenses, I don't have as fade or like. I see this being a high-scoring game. If the teams are efficient, I see this being a high-scoring game. I don't think either defense is good enough to where they could stop the potential of these offenses. Now, granted, the Saints' offense is always very shaky, but the Rams are going to pass heavy. So, next, Lynn Bowden Jr. is a value for me. $3,000 on DraftKings, $6,500 on FanDuel. He's seen the most wide receivers snaps, the last 2 weeks, more than any other wide receiver on that team. Okay matchup, 9 targets in the last 2 games, so I think Lynn Bowden's a really good value here tonight. Jimmy Graham is the only other player I have as of right now for tonight. Rams have been 7 touchdowns to tight end so far this season. Like I said, tied for second with the Saints and Rams, both giving up 7 touchdowns. The other numbers are average, but the touchdowns is big. But Jimmy Graham is sneakily on a 3-game touchdown streak, so I like that for tonight. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys want the spreadsheet, bets and props and any other fantasy advice, click the link to our Discord, a very cheap subscription package. If you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I will have videos going out all weekend for all the slates, the Saturday, 2-game slate, the main slate on Sunday, and the 3-game Monday slate. So if you guys are interested in that, click that subscribe button so when I post these videos, you guys see them first. So hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you in the next one.